So my Saturday was pretty interesting. Went to bed late last night, thinking I was gonna wake up late today, only to wake up at the time I usually wake up on the weekdays. And so I eat my breakfast, right? Watch my favorite animes. I did the one thing, the worst thing a gamer can possibly do to start his day. I started my day off with a multiplayer game, and not just any multiplayer game, a team-based multiplayer game. I started off with Underwatch. I know. Only reason why I installed that game was because of the new game mode. I wanted to see what it was like. Still was disappointed. I was so disappointed with what I played. I physically teleported out of the house. This actually happened today. And I opened my eyes, right? And I find myself inside of a room where the only source of light was from multiple screens and displays, and the room smelling like somebody shat themselves. Here I was inside of this arcade room when I was supposed to be getting groceries, and in that 1 hour I was inside of this arcade room, I've had one of the most funnest gaming experiences in the past few months. Every gaming content I see nowadays is everyone talking about gaming isn't fun anymore, stuff isn't fun, it's not the same as what it used to be. Advertisements aren't the same anymore, stuff isn't fun anymore. I heard about Nintendo 20 times this week, but let me tell you about a revelation I had today. The gamers yearn for the arcades. The gamers yearn. When you think of arcades, I used to think of these arcades as, you know, these old-timey games that are gonna be boring in like 10 minutes and nothing but just claw machines trying to get at your money. This local one I've been to only had like less than 15 machines, but those machines had the most personality I've seen compared to well-known arcade spaces today. Well-known spaces. You got air hockey, skee ball, pinball, you got Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, you got Daytona, Guitar Hero, yes. Instead of just inserting money into this machine, you can like pay to play any machine for like an hour, 2 hours, a whole day, depending on how much you pay. You pay up, they place a mark on you, you bear the mark, they tell you to have fun, and you just let loose. I was already on a time limit because I parked in the parking garage, and if you stay there for longer than an hour, you have to pay, so I was in a hurry, getting my groceries, getting out of there. And when I told myself I was only gonna be there for 30 minutes, that 30 minutes almost took up the whole entire hour, let me tell you. Back to what I was thinking about arcade games being outdated, you know, of course these games are old, you know, there's so many new games that have innovated on graphics, performance, and whatnot. You may think they're fun for like 10 minutes at most. When you're inside the building, a room dedicated to gaming, and you're outside of your house, when you're locked in, time will fly by. Trust me, like there's no outdoor light coming inside the room. You don't know what time it is. I was in there for like almost a whole hour, and I'm supposed to be getting groceries. Even if there was like less than 20 machines in total. What I love about arcades is that you can go on one machine, you can race, you can fly, you can shoot, you can be a guitar master, you could be a guitar hero. You can just tell the amount of creativity that has gone into these machines itself. On the other side, of course, they had the consoles, they had the SNES, the NES, PS5, Switches. Those spaces got taken up by kids who wanted to play Fortnite when Duck Hunt was literally right there. You're telling me you're picking up Fortnite when you can play that for free at your house when there's Duck Hunt right in front of you? I bet you don't even own Duck Hunt. Why are you playing Fortnite? You can watch videos of these arcade gameplays by itself and think nothing of it, but until you're actually like first person inside, you're actually like holding onto the steering wheel, holding onto the guitar, holding onto the pistol. It's just a whole different vibe. And as there's more consoles today, more digital games today, you don't even have to leave your house. One thing I must say for all gamers is that we yearn for the arcades. Yes, we are in a third space drought. a third space drought. Our mouths are dry. We are in the Sahara Desert of arcades are pretty much the only third space where it's gaming involved, and you can talk to people that also have an interest in video games, whether they're like 60 years old and they played the original Castlevania. I'm sorry, Castlevania fans. I don't know how old y'all are. You want to know the best type of arcade games are? Besides Guitar Hero, Guitar Hero is the best. If you're opening up in an arcade room and you only have a small budget and Guitar Hero takes up most of that budget and the only arcade you have is Guitar Hero, get Guitar Hero. But besides Guitar Hero, you want to know the funnest arcade machine is? And it's not just my personal opinion, but it's a fact. The shooting ones. I'm talking the Jurassic Parks, the Big Buck, the what is it called? Big Buck Hunt. But this game I have never even heard of or played in my life, and it is made by Sega, and that game is called The House of the Dead 2. Apparently it was made in 1998. And actually, hold up, I just found out now it's a 30-minute game. When I was in there shooting all the zombies, shaking the pistol to reload, trying to save the people even though failing miserably, that 30 minutes did not feel like that at all. Maybe because I had to retry a lot and continue, but I was locked in. Let me tell you, it was like they had a story within this arcade game. Usually it's just like shoot or follow me everybody. Oh, is that a dinosaur? Whoa. And then yeah, that, or you just got yourself 3 dares. Nah, this Sega game, if any company knows how to do arcade games, it's definitely Sega, and Yakuza has taught me a lot. Why I think we need more arcades today, why I think gamers yearn for the arcades, is because they provide that third space we have been lacking for so long. And with these arcades, we can connect with people that have played these older games back in the day, or younger generations that are like, what's this? What's Guitar Hero? And then you show them how to play Through the Fire and the Flames and witness the destruction in their face. The Dark Souls of songs on Guitar Hero. There was also the Star Wars game where you can like fly the TIE fighter, and then like later you could fight Darth Vader, and then there was like a joystick in the middle where you can like control the joystick and like use it as a lightsaber. I saw another arcade, I forgot the name, but it was like a bike racing one, right? It was like you can like but like instead of like moving, it was like a control. It was like the weirdest controller I've ever seen in my life. But it was built specifically for that. You had that that thing to brake. You had the thing to go fast. I don't know how bikes work. And then the thing to pull back to go like faster or like slow down. I don't know how bikes work. That was the most unique controller I've ever seen, and it was just made specifically for that. Arcades already show so much creativity and so much immersion. Sure, you can play on an Xbox controller and play Call of Duty, but holding on to like a physical like fake pistol, shaking it to reload, or shooting it off screen to reload, like closing one eye to aim, missing most of your shots, and then blaming it on the cord for like, you know, messing it up, not like being in tune. It's just a whole different feeling, bro. I tell you, I don't think I would have any of these in my house because I feel like it's more special when you get out of the house and you have the chance to meet other people. I was playing House of the Dead 2 next to this air hockey table, right? And there was this kid just watching me play. He's out here trying to like play against his granddad, and I'm out here shooting zombies with like blood splurting and then like headshots coming off. I felt so bad. I was like, please look away. You're not supposed to see this. But even the even the grandfather was like, you know, you're not gonna play if you're gonna keep looking at that screen. I felt so bad. Let me tell you, I was locked in though. I was locked in. My accuracy was above 60. Let me tell you, especially when you're playing by yourself and you have two of those pistols empty. You don't have a second player with you. You're dual wielding. You best believe I was. You bet your bottom dollar I was acting like I was Dante from Devil May Cry or Master Chief dual wielding. Oh yeah. You best believe infinite ammo. Oh yeah, I'm Dante. Just going crazy. Blood splurting all over the screen. Child's looking at me like, oh my gosh, what is this guy playing? Is this real? And then of course he had got the Guitar Hero. We all know how good Guitar Hero is, and you cannot not pass up on Guitar Hero. That's like going to a friend's house and they have a cat and you don't pet the cat. If I wasn't on such a time limit, that would have eaten up so much of my time too. I only had time for one game. I was playing Ballroom Blitz. You know, like thinking of like regular show where they threw that party on a Tuesday. As I was like having like 10 minutes left before I had to go, I was speedrunning everything. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I've never played them on the arcade games before. Lots of respect for people that like played on the little joysticks and the button thingies. There was this other game, I wasn't paying attention to the name of it, but you could tell it was very old, and the missions were definitely like, come on, this way, follow me, I'll show you the way. Oh no, you gotta protect me. Like, okay, sure they're corny, but they're don't pass up on them, they're fun. And that brings me to my next point. Ideas for arcade games. Take that as you will. Since multiplayer games are pretty much the wave now, it wouldn't hurt to like try to do like a multiplayer arcade game. Like, you ever thought of a game where sure you have the replica weapon with you, but like you could move the joystick a little bit and like just to walk around, and then the other person's on the other machine, like opposite side back facing you, on some like split screen Nuketown type of deal, but not really. We can have that. Or if you're gonna add the cash grabbiness, the gambling introducing, make it fun. This should have been an idea long ago, but Call of Duty should have had, like, even in casinos, or Call of Duty mystery box, where if you get 3 ray guns you get 50 tickets or something. Who knows? More dancing games, Dance Revolutions. We are losing so many third spaces as it is, and I feel like arcade games might possibly be at risk. Actually, hold that thought. In America, I feel like if you were to go to Japan, you would see a whole bunch of arcade spaces, like an actual Sega thing that you see in the Yakuza games. More spaces like these can promote like more community, like community nights, where there was like a tournament, Mortal Kombat tournaments, and stuff like that, you know? My morning was a little bit of a letdown due to playing Underwatch, but after coming out of that arcade room and seeing the sunlight again and smelling fresh air, I can tell you again, I would definitely go back. Screw going to the club. If you were to take me to an arcade, got some food, delicious food, hit up the arcade, that's the best evening you can have than going into a club. These arcade machines hold so much character that it would be a devastation to let them just die out in this space we're living in. I'm sure Japan has a lot of arcades, but we can't let the arcades die out here. They just hold so much character and immersion and creativity. You like, sure, you can play on a digital game on a regular schmegular controller, but once again, just sitting inside of that chair or sitting on that bike, sitting on that driver's seat, holding the steering wheel, holding that marksman rifle or that replica pistol, holding the guitar, the air hockey, the pinball machines, controllers in seats dedicated to your gaming experience. We just can't let those die out. And I'm just tired of hearing the same old doom and gloom. Everything's greedy, everything's not the same as it used to be. Let's get to what's actually good, even though it's been released a long time ago. Let's talk about hidden gems that we don't see from the day-to-day because we're so focused on other things. I don't know if I really have anything else to add. But if you enjoyed, thanks for watching. It's me, Astral Visionary, and I hope to see you soon. Enjoy your gaming experiences.